All right, just like I said, guys, here we are. Time to talk about some stuff here. We've got, like I said, final BAFTA predictions will be on this video, and we'll start with the Producers Guild nominations. Really, we'll kind of just briefly look at those animated and documentary categories as well. But the 10 films selected as by the Producers Guild as the ones that are going to compete for Best Picture of the Year by the Producers Guild. The first one kind of threw me for a loop when I read it. I was like, Borat, the Borat sequel? Really? Okay, that's one. Then you got Judas and the Black Messiah, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and Trial of the Chicago 7. So really, like I said, like News of the World was one I was expecting on here. That's not here. The same goes with The Father. Let's see, I was going to say Promising Young Woman, but no, that's on there. Another one like Da 5 Bloods, I think really could have gotten a good lift here, but it did not. Yeah, Soul is not on here, but it is on the list for the animated feature, which, yeah, I wasn't totally expecting Soul to be a big contender here. But, yeah, there's some on there that are definitely missing. Yeah, The Father kind of, since it was also not up last night at the the Critics' Choice for Best Picture, so... Yeah, I think overall, though, the fact that it got in for Best Picture Drama at the Globes, I think that's a good sign. It might be that 7th or that 8th film, or maybe even 9th, that gets in for Best Picture, so I think that's one to include there. Otherwise, yeah, nothing else like that was like so shocking, but that Borat one, at least it's an early sign. Again, I don't know if it can go all the way for Best Picture. This definitely feels like a Deadpool that got nominated here, Wonder Woman, the Star Wars: The Force Awakens, if I remember correctly. Oh, no, that was Critics' Choice they put it on. I don't think it was there at... it wasn't there 2015, was it? I'm going to double check that. No, it didn't make the list for 2015, but... yeah, it's sometimes they will go, yeah, like I said, Deadpool and stuff like that. So it is a good sign that, yeah, it's at least so far, with also a nomination from Maria Bakalova at the Screen Actors Guild, that some of the guilds are paying attention to it. Again, I would be again totally floored if this somehow got into Directors Guild. It's also I didn't even mention it's up at the Writers Guild too. So the guilds are paying attention to the movie too, which is another, like I said, good sign for Maria Bakalova. I don't know beyond that if it's going to do supremely well. I don't know. I mean, the adapted screenplay might be its only other shot, I think. Because Sacha Baron Cohen, they're going to take care of him with supporting actor nomination for Chicago 7. Yeah, I don't really see that doing anything else there otherwise, because I don't think it's going to be a big contender. It's obviously not on the short list for makeup or anything, stuff like that. And I don't see it going into like film editing or anything crazy like that. But yeah, like we said, after last night's win by Nomadland, you have to think if it's not the front runner, it's at least in a solid position to win here. Something like Minari, I think, is also not too far off. Trial of Chicago 7 might win too, but yeah, I think it's probably most likely down to those three, unless they go with a bigger upset like. A more recent one is Judas and the Black Messiah, or maybe One Night in Miami, or even maybe something like Sound of Metal might be a big kind of surprise win there. I don't know about Promising Young Woman. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll see if she gets into Directors Guild tomorrow. Emerald Fennell does, but yeah, that's kind of it for that. So, 10 films in, and yeah, again, if you're News of the World or you're The Father, I don't think it's the end of the road there. Something like Da 5 Bloods, I'm really sensing here as we go into the last week, literally just prior to a week now, before Oscar nominations, I'm really starting to think that one's looking to have a more disappointing total than we were originally thinking. I've pulled that one out of a few key categories like Director and Original Screenplay. I pulled it out. Let's see here. Anything else? I have it in for cinematography and supporting actor. I think just those two right now. I put in Judas and the Black Messiah for picture instead of that one. So, yeah, overall not a great sign there as we go into this. Now, if like Spike Lee gets in tomorrow at Directors Guild, then okay, that might change my tune a little bit. It'd be weird, it's like it's almost the flip of the BAFTA long list where. The Five Bloods is on there for film, but it's not on there for Spike Lee's not on there for director, which is kind of an odd thing. You know, he got in for director a couple of years ago for Black Klansman, so we know they've liked him in the past and stuff. All right, yeah. So now we'll go into the BAFTA nomination predictions, and really, I didn't. I spent a little bit of time with this last night, and I really did not make a ton of changes. There were just a couple here and there that I changed, but yeah, I don't really, not to say that it's it's going to be the same as last time for my predictions and stuff, but yeah, we'll go ahead and go down them here. Starting with, we'll start with the tech categories, work our way up to best film there. For the let's see, I think I've got this. Oh, no, these were alphabetical by the long list. Okay, so that's why I have them in this order. Otherwise, I would go traditionally what I do here, because, otherwise it's going to be a mess if I do them that way. So I'll just go with what I have from bottom to the top there. Okay, the sound category is the first one I have, and I believe they're the same 5 I had. Mank, Midnight Sky, News of the World, Sound of Metal, and Tenet. Okay, we have to pull up the long list because I did not write this out. Who else I thought had a shot there? Let me see here. Where is sound? I think, then we can just scroll up from there. There, that'll work. I'll tell you what, one to pay attention to, it's on the long list here, is Greyhound. I put that one in for sound at the Oscars because it did pretty well at the sound guilds there. There's still 2 sound guilds, but there's only 1 sound category going forward. That one, I think, really stands a decent shot at getting an Oscar nomination. Of the ones I named here for BAFTA, Greyhound could get in. Ma Rainey's is a possibility. I would say the fact that it's on the short list, something like Promising Young Woman, if it does all of a sudden go toward a sweep mentality like Bridge of Spies did 5 years ago, look out for that one. Trial of Chicago 7, I would also not put it past BAFTA to nominate that one in this category here. For the effects category, I have Mank, Midnight Sky, The One and Only Ivan. Or no, I'm sorry. That's one I changed. Sorry. I took out One and Only Ivan because that did not do well at the Effects Guild. It's not in for like supporting effects or anything. Or I don't think it was going to be considered for major effects or anything. But I took that one out. Which one did I put in? I put in Pinocchio, didn't I? Yeah, I have Pinocchio there. Let's see, I have Tenet. What was the one I switched? Because I took it... I didn't write it down for some reason. Mank. Okay, which one did I put in? I can't remember. Let me look at the long list again here. Did I put in... I think I put in Mulan. Yeah, Mulan. That's when I put... Let me type that in, because that did not stick for whatever reason. Okay, Mank, Midnight Sky, Mulan, Pinocchio, Tenet are my 5 there. I think One and Only Ivan, it's still possible here. I mean, it's not like it's shortlisted or long-listed in this case in any other categories. But I pulled that one out for Oscars too, and I think I put in Pinocchio there. I don't know, I need to double-check that some other time, but... or did I put in... No, whatever. But, I would say Invisible Man possible here. News of the World is possible here. I would say even something like Soul might strike here as well. I would say those 3. If I didn't say, Invisible Man, I don't think I said that one yet, if not. But, that's one I would say has a decent shot as well. Okay, for production design category, these, again, I believe I did not change anything here. That's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Tenet, News of the World, and The Dig. Again, you got something like Promising Young Woman. If it goes on a sweep mentality, that could easily get in. Emma, I think, is going to be really close. I don't know, maybe not in this category, but Ammonite, I would say definitely more on the costume side. But production design, if they do decide to go with it in a few categories, they might go with it. But otherwise, Chicago 7, I think, is another one that I would say is totally possible here. Okay, score is next here. And for these, I have Mank, Midnight Sky, News of the World, Soul, and Tenet. And I think for the most part, that's how it's going to go at the Oscars. I think I pulled Tenet in favor of... Which one? Oh, boy. Okay, now I'm blanking. Both of those. Oh, shit. Which one was it? Oh, Minari. Yeah, I have Minari in at the Oscars instead of Tenet. But the rest of them I have all lining up. And I think... Minari, I mean, the fact that it's not up there for film, I think it's not going to do so hot here at BAFTA. I don't have it getting into a ton of categories here. So, and I did make one last change with Minari last night after I looked over everything. So I know there's one change that I put on Gold Derby. I know that stayed there. But yeah, that one, it's like, I don't know. I think it's definitely going to be one that'll disappoint here a little bit tomorrow. Which is, unfortunately not a good trajectory for the movie after it only won a couple Critics' Choice Awards last night. I had it winning 3 or 4, and it only won technically 2, and that was like one that it's not going to repeat it. And both of them are not going to repeat at the Oscars, Younger Actor and Foreign Language Film. It's not eligible for international film this year. Let's see, otherwise, like I said, this is BAFTA. They love Thomas Newman, so something like Little Things, I would say, possible. Hillbilly Elegy is also Hans Zimmer, another famous composer, so possible, but I don't know. The Five Bloods maybe does strike here with Terrence Blanchard. I believe Terrence Blanchard did get in here at BAFTA for the score for BlacKkKlansman. Otherwise, Promising Young Woman is another one I would say is possible here. And again, if it goes on a Sweet Mentality, Chicago 7, maybe, just maybe. Okay, for the makeup and hair category, this one, I have Emma, Hillbilly Elegy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, and Pinocchio, and I think those are the same 5 I had earlier. Again, something possible here like Mulan, even though that's not on the Oscar shortlist. Promising Young Woman could easily show up here. Again, that one's not on the Oscar shortlist either. Or Chicago 7 could also show up here. Maybe even The Dig, too, because that's on the long list here. Okay, the editing category. Here, I have Mank, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and Chicago 7. Trial of Chicago 7, I should say. This is one, okay, we'll see the overall strengths of the movie. So, like, this is where something like some of the more independent favorites, like Saint Maud or Rocks, might get one of these slots. Tenet could get a slot here. The Myrtanian, if that one all of a sudden comes back, that one can get some love here. And then maybe even Judas and the Black Messiah could get in here. Otherwise, I have The Father getting a ton of nominations in those above-the-line categories. So The Father is one I could easily just be missing here. But yeah, and then again, like I said about that director race, if Interberg gets in there, another round could go for editing and maybe a couple other top categories. So that's one I would watch out for. Costume design, the 5 I have are Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Promising Young Woman, and News of the World. Chicago 7 is another one I'd be wary of here. I don't think we have Saint Maud or Rocks in here, neither one of those. United States versus Billie Holiday is one I have getting in at the Oscars, but again, it did very poorly here. I think this one, and what did we say? We looked it up one time. I think it's just got, is it just makeup and costumes? Yeah. So I think in both categories, I think it's got a little bit of a leg up, or it doesn't have a leg up on the competition. It's got a steeper hill to climb, is what I meant to say. Otherwise, yeah, Ammonite, again, this is, if it's going to score anything Ammonite, I think it's here or Best Actress, aside from British film, because they'll have 10 slots for British film. I think Ammonite shouldn't have any problem getting in there. The Dig is one I had in earlier. I took that out in favor of, I think, News of the World, I think I put in there. Yeah, News of the World was the last edition I made there. But yeah, that one might come back and score here. Okay, cinematography next. Here I have... Wait, I thought I switched that out. No, I do have The Dig still in there. Okay, was there one I was going to throw out? Okay, I can't remember what I went with last night. I kind of looked at it again, and I was like, oh, that one. But I've forgotten which one it was. Because I have Mank in there. Yeah, the ones right now I have Nomadland, Mank, News of the World, Tenet, The Dig. But I thought I took The Dig out. Maybe I'm just cross-wiring it here, and I did take it out for one, but I meant to keep it here. Because, yeah, I'm looking at the list again. I'm like, I don't really see that one. I don't really see that one. I don't really see that one. Yes, it's Promising Young Woman. This is one of the few categories I wasn't long listed in. Okay, I think I did decide to keep this one. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, it was kind of late last night when I looked at this again, so I don't remember everything. But I'll name those off again. Nomadland, Mank, News of the World, Tenet, and The Dig are the 5 I have. And I looked at it again. And it's like, yeah, I don't really see Saint Maud getting one nomination here. Midnight Sky, I don't quite think so. Ma Rainey's possible, but I'll say no. And then Chicago 7, again, unless it's a sweep factor, I don't think so. Okay, then we will go to... we'll do the documentary foreign language categories next year. The docs, I didn't make any changes here, so I just kept the same ones. Athlete A, Crip Camp, David Attenborough, Life on Our Planet, Dick Johnson is Dead, and MLK FBI. Then for foreign language, Another Round, Collective, Les Miserables, Minari, and Cova Dia Dia. Yeah, so that one I think should be those. I don't really... Because, yeah, foreign is going to be clear up here somewhere else. Or film not in English language is the actual title here. But, yeah, I don't really see way too many of those other ones creeping in there. Maybe something like Mole Agent, possibly, because that's also on the Oscar shortlist. But, yeah. Okay, we'll save British film for later. We'll go to... animated feature next year. I'm keeping the same three here: Soul, Wolfwalkers, Willoughbys. And Onward, it's on the list there. I didn't name it, sorry, but for PGA, it's on the list there for PGA as well as Soul and a lot of those there. I'm going to bring that back up because I already forgot the other ones there that are up for animated. So I'll just go back to that real quick. The five that were on there were The Croods, A New Age, Onward, Over the Moon, Soul, Wolfwalkers. I think Willoughbys and it's not on here, but Earwig are ones that don't qualify here because they're not produced in America or something like that. There's something along those lines, something like that. Because I know the a lot of those Kurosawa ones, they are Akira Kurosawa. No, shit, I can't remember the guy's name. Miyazaki. God, good lord, I'm crossing a whole bunch of wires here. Miyazaki films. Most of the time they're not on here, or they've never been on here. I think just because of that rule there. But yeah, Croods, I think it's a lift up from that, but I don't know, I don't see it, going all the way here. And it is, though, on the long list at BAFTA, so that could be a bigger surprise here, but yeah, I'll stick with these three: Soul, Wolfwalkers, Willoughbys. Okay, for the casting award, 5 nominees here, and I am going to go with Trial of the Chicago, and I don't have these in alphabetical, sorry, but I can try to do it real quick. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Minari, Yeah, I'll keep Minari. This is another one I looked at and I was like, oh, Promising Young Woman. Yeah, that one feels like it should be on there. Or Rocks, one of those two. But I don't know. I don't have it getting a lot otherwise, so I'm going to pick Minari here. And then One Night in Miami, Saint Maud, and Trial of the Chicago 7 are my 5. Yeah, Promising Young Woman, I was so close because I'm like, oh, it feels like it should get in here. But no, I went with Minari. And then, yeah, Rocks is another one. It's either, I don't know if it'll be both Saint Maud and Rocks. I think it's one or the other. But, yeah, I'm going to go Saint Maud here. Otherwise, in this category, something like Judas and the Black Messiah or The Mauritanian could also easily show up here, though. Okay, so we'll move on to the screenplay categories. For adapted screenplay, again, I don't have these quite alphabetized, so we'll try my best here. One Night in Miami... Or no, I already got mixed up. Okay, News of the World is first alphabetically, then Nomadland, One Night in Miami, The Father, and then The Mauritanian. So I did have Emma in here for a while, but I took it out for The Mauritanian. I think that one will have a little bit, at the last minute I kind of thought, okay, that one's going to have a little bit of a stronger showing than I thought. Let's see, something like I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which, hasn't really stuck around much this season. That could show up here. Ma Rainey's could show up here. It's on the WGA list, so... yeah, and then possibly something like The White Tiger or The Dig as well. Both of those had a few other long list mentions there, so they're definitely not ones to totally discount there. Okay, for original screenplay, okay, I did take out, that one, sorry. That one I need to put in. Okay, this is one, I thought I saved it, but I didn't. Okay, I put in, oh wait, no, I didn't pick that one. No, which one did I pick? Oh, no, yeah, this is where I have Rocks getting in. That's right. Because I looked at it. This is another one. I had Minari in here, but I took it out and I put Rocks in. Because I looked through it, I'm like, Rocks has so many mentions, but I have it getting nothing. So I'm like, it's got to get something other than British film. And yeah, this is where I put Rocks in. So I've got Mank, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal. I already messed that up again. Sorry, Mank, Promising Young Woman, Rocks, Sound of Metal, Trial of Chicago 7, if we're doing them alphabetical there. Yeah, Minari is one I had in, and I pulled it last second, so we'll see if that doesn't pay off. But I was thinking also Another Round. If again, in case that one gets actor, director, maybe even film, editing, screenplay definitely is one to consider there. And if they do end up, for whatever reason, going really high onto Five Bloods, because it's not up for director on the long list, they could go with it for screenplay, since Spike is one of the writers on it. If it does land like picture, actor, supporting actor, if it does all of a sudden do really well here. This was another tough one, though, to decipher to get that fifth slot, because you've got Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. You've got Judas and the Black Messiah. You've got Saint Maud, Soul. It's like, damn. It's going to be really hard to get this one narrowed down. Yeah. So, yeah, unless... I've heard some people are thinking Mank is not going to do so hot here tomorrow, but I don't know. I think they'll go for it, personally. Okay, supporting actress, rather, is next. And again, I'll see if I have these alphabetically here. I do not. So we'll just go with the 6 here, Maria Bakalova for the Borat sequel. I've got Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy, Olivia Colman for The Father. Jodie Foster I did put in for The Mauritanian. Amanda Seyfried for Mank, and Helena Zengel for News of the World. So I did pull out Yoo Jun-yun for Minari. Again, I just don't really think outside of film not in an English language and the casting award, I don't have it getting anything else. Yeah, but she's definitely one to consider there. And I think, again, she does have a path to an Oscar win here, even though she lost last night. If she can at least get nominated here and show that at least the Brits are behind at least the performance enough, then she could easily come back and all of a sudden be on a track. If she wins SAG and at least gets nominated here, then yeah, she's got a shot at it. But like I said, there's a lot of possibilities here for how that race is going to go down for who's the winner and who goes along for the season there. Yeah, otherwise, I'm not really considering anybody else here. Anybody else I'd be a little surprised at. Okay, supporting actor. I kind of gave away a couple things here last night, but my nominations here are Sacha Baron Cohen for the Trial of Chicago 7, Chadwick Boseman for The Five Bloods, Daniel Kaluuya is next for Judas and the Black Messiah, Barry Keoghan for Calm with Horses, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, and Paul Raci for Sound of Metal. So this is one spot, probably the only spot in the season we could see more than one Chicago 7 guy make it in. A lot of people think Mark Rylance, possibly. I would say, really, I think Rylance, he's got a shot, definitely. But the one I would say don't underestimate him is Eddie Redmayne. Could easily be the one instead, since he is British here. And that, obviously, I know Mark Rylance comes from the UK as well, but Redmayne is one. It's like, I can see him getting in. I did pull Bo Burnham. Yeah, I took him out. But again, I would actually not be 100% shocked if he gets in tomorrow. And then Benedict Cumberbatch I originally had in here for Mauritanian, but I don't know. I don't think he's one like they're just going to nominate him every time. So I have those 6 there. Actress, I did make another change here. Kind of last minute. So with this one, I'm going with, let's see if I have this correctly now. Okay, she was nominated last year. I'm going to put her in. Jessie Buckley for I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Morfydd Clark for Saint Maud. Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman. Frances McDormand for Nomadland. And Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. So I took Kate Winslet out. It's like, yeah, even so with quite a few notices here on the long list and stuff, I'm still not a big believer that one's going to come through. I don't know what's changed in the recent weeks between voting and everything, where all of a sudden she's going to be a bigger threat here. But that could be an easy one I missed, but I just thought about it again. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not feeling that one. Sophia Loren is one for The Life Ahead, possibly. But yeah, I think that might be just an Oscars and done one if it does happen to get in. But I don't have her in because I had to make room for Andra Day. Otherwise, if Hillbilly Elegy somehow comes back, Amy Adams could get a slot easily. But I'm not really sensing that one. And I did make one last change here for Best Actor as well, and that's we'll get to this one here. So Best Actor, the 6 I have rather are Riz Ahmed is first for Sound of Metal, and then Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins for The Father. Mads Mikkelsen for Another Round, Gary Oldman for Mank, and Tahar Rahim I did put in for The Mauritanian. I originally had him in, then I decided to go Stephen Yeun after I'd seen Minari, and then again I'm like, I don't know if it's going to do that well, so yeah, I took him back out and put in Tahar Rahim back in. Otherwise, look out for Kingsley Ben-Adir, who I have heard, I haven't looked it up myself, but I've heard he comes from the UK, so if One Night in Miami does stay strong here, that's one that could easily get in. It kind of feels like the last shot for Delroy Lindo if he doesn't get in here. I don't really, again, unless all of a sudden Da 5 Bloods unexpectedly does very well at the Oscars next Monday. Yeah, I don't really see that one coming back. Otherwise, like I said, if The Dig kind of does take off, Ralph Fiennes could get a slot. It's possible, but I'm not putting a lot of faith in it. And Ardash Gurov for The White Tiger is one that that was again another one that was long listed quite a bit there. Okay, so then we'll go to the director race next. And yeah, we do have both Saint Maud and Rox as possibilities here, but I didn't go with either one of them here. We've got the 6 I have here, and again, I'll try to do these alphabetically. I think that one's first. Mank, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, Promising Young Woman, The Father, and Trial of the Chicago 7 are the 6 I have here. And I think with these, some people think Lee Isaac Chung is still going to get in regardless for Minari. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a big believer in that. And again, unless you think Minari is like director, actor, supporting actor, screenplay, casting, and like, you know, actually does really well. But it's like, I don't know, the fact that it wasn't up for film, it did miss out on a couple of those other ones. I don't know. I don't really see it as a bigger player there. And again, I'm really I considered it again a little bit, but the whole another round Winterberg, I think it's going to be close, but no. And then also one Paul Greengrass for News of the World is one I can see going back in. He wasn't up for the director's race last night at Critics' Choice. That might have definitely gotten me a little bit more. Oh wait, hang on a minute. I was going to say because I was getting ready for the next category there, but yeah. Oh, I didn't have that one on there. No, I didn't. Okay, sorry. I had my list for British film. I was getting that ready, but there was one on there that I did not have that I thought I had written in, but I need to correct that. Now I have. Okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, I was talking about Greengrass there. Yeah. Yeah, I think if he'd had at least one other nomination through the season, I probably would have thought more about that one. But no, I'm not going to pick him there. Okay, then we go to British film next. The 10 I have selected now are Ammonite, Calm with Horses, Emma, Misbehavior, Promising Young Woman, Rox, Saint Maud, The Dig, The Mauritanian, and The Father. So yeah, I didn't have Limbo was the one I took out. I didn't have Rox written down for some reason. I knew I had that one predicted, but I was like, where is it? And then yeah, it wasn't there. So that's that one there. Okay, otherwise we will go to the films up for Best Film. And yeah, I thought about this one a little bit, and I was like, okay, which one would I take out? And I couldn't really decide on any of them because the overall strengths of the performances there throughout the rest of the categories. So I'm going with the Golden Globe 5. So that's going to be, again, alphabetically, Mank, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Trial of Chicago 7, and The Father. Again, I would be very wary of something like, because we don't have either Rox or Saint Maud here, but Another Round is one I can see making the list. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is possible. One Night in Miami is possible. Otherwise, Sound of Metal or The Mauritanians are ones I would be wary about as well. So there's definitely some wiggle room with this picture category here tomorrow at BAFTA. Okay, so I think that is everything. Otherwise, I didn't talk about the documentaries nominated at Producers Guild. Keep in mind, a lot of the times you'll see at least a couple documentaries that get nominated at DGA, PGA, and then a few other awards bodies there, and then all of a sudden they miss at the Oscars. You know, obviously, arguably the three front runners of the last 3 years, Jane, Won't You Be My Neighbor, and last time with Apollo 11, all missed out at the Oscars, but they were nominated just about everywhere else they could be. So they have 7 documentaries here. This I didn't list before, so I'll take care of it now. David Attenborough, Life on Our Planet, Dick Johnson is Dead, My Octopus Teacher, Softy, 1,000 Cuts, Time, and The Truffle Hunters. And I think all of those except for maybe Softy and 1,000 Cuts are up at the Oscars on the documentary shortlist. If I remember correctly, I'm going to triple check that right now. If I can find the category here. Let's see, I'll just make sure. Truffle Hunters, yeah. Yeah, just those 2 are the only ones missing there. Which, yeah, I mean, we could be really overdue. Like I said, most of the time you'll get like of the 5, 6, 7 nominees here at PGA. Sometimes only like 3 or 2 of them will cross over at the Oscars. So I don't know. We might be in overdue for a little bit better of a score there this time. So yeah. Okay, that's what I have for now. So once again, yeah, that's going to be way too late for me tonight to do live reactions to the BAFTA nominations. So, and I very likely will not have time, and it'll be very early, so I'm going to be threatening waking up neighbors and stuff. So, yeah, I'm not going to have time to get in that early tomorrow morning. So as soon as I'm done tomorrow, I will go ahead and go over BAFTA, and then DGA also will announce tomorrow as well. So I'll go into my reactions to those tomorrow. So it will continue a busy week here, right before the Oscar nominations. And yeah, I think after DGA, if we got some time there, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, I'll put in my final Oscar predictions as well. It's all going to come fast here as we get to the final stretch before nominations that the Oscars are announced.